Hi, all. I'm Cullen Haynes, and welcome to the debut episode of Ledger Legends, interviewing absolute powerhouses of the accounting and finance world. And we've got an old friend of mine who was on the Law Live podcast, but she is a exemplary chartered accountant in her own right for the last 10 years and has been at RSM Australia, one of this nation's finest accounting and tax bodies for the last 2.5 years. We're going to be talking about all things in insolvency, accounting, and recovery. Could you please make very welcome my dear friend, the one, the only, Miss San Ko from RSM. How are you, San?
Hey, Cullen, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
All the better for seeing your smiling face and hearing your dulcet tones. And thank you for being part of our debut episode of Ledger Legends.
Wow, congrats! Hey, very honored.
Oh, no. Well, and thank you for anyone tuning in, re-listening to the live or the stream, and you can get us at wherever you get your podcasts. And I just want to say that AI was very helpful in the name of this. I put it into Chat GPT. Can you please put some great name ideas for this podcast? And Ledger Legends was like number 9. And I thought, why not? Let's use that. And that might be a topic that we talk about where AI is going and how it's helping people in the accounting industry. But first up, what is happening in your circle of influence, San? Tell everyone what's going on.
Circle of influence. Well, work's kind of plodding along, but a lot more focus these days in this quarter on the marketing and the BD side of things. Insolvency is definitely picking up, so that's always sort of exciting to see, I guess, in terms of the workflow. So yeah, that's a quick
Absolutely.
brief summary. Yeah.
And in terms of, I know you did a post last year which went viral. It was like a thank you post, and you mentioned all the wins that you had. Obviously, the Haymarket Chamber of Commerce, and you were the BD or Networker of the Year at RSM. Like, I'd love to. I'm going to dive a bit deep into that, but there was one thing we were talking about off camera about just saying yes to things, and that's one thing you do very well. You know, with exceptions, of course, but you do say yes to networking and people meeting face to face for coffees, which I find quite unusual for accounting because I just picture people behind their desk all the time.
Yeah, well, hopefully we're breaking that stereotype. But yeah, it's always interesting to be open to meeting new people, seeing what you can learn from them, seeing what you can offer them, and yeah, I'm just open to that, open to catch ups, open for a chat.
Fantastic. And you do it so well. And our favorite place is Short Straw, I believe, in the Veranda
Yes,
Bar. And what a
yeah,
place it
yeah.
is.
You make good coffee over there, so I can't complain.
Absolutely, absolutely. I won't say no to that coffee there for sure. But I want to ask you this question. You can ask it in any degree of frankness. How would you explain your life so far using just film titles, son?
Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with my favorite film, Inception. Have you seen that one?
Oh, have I seen Inception? It's the
Yeah,
mind
it's so
within a
good.
mind
Hey,
within a mind. I love that movie. It's fantastic.
yeah,
Christopher Nolan.
can't go wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Love a bit of Leo. And if you don't mind me asking, why Inception?
I don't know. I just think I like the that aspect where you have to dive deeper. So there's that layered aspect of always going deeper. So in my line of work, you do investigations. A certain aspect of that is investigations. So it's always just digging deeper beneath the surface to see what's really the cause of maybe the company going insolvent or becoming insolvent, and managing all the stakeholders involved. As you can see, how he manages the whole team through those different dream layers. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I guess talking about that journey and that spark of inspiration, what actually sparked your own interest in becoming a chartered accountant?
That's a really good question. I think at the age of 20, I don't think I had any idea where I was going. So I kind of just looked at around me. And my mom was a chartered accountant. So I was like, all right, let's do that. So yeah, I ended up working towards that through uni, doing the CA, and fell into insolvency.
Oh, good on you. And you're still enjoying it 10 years on.
Yeah, enjoying insolvency and enjoying restructuring.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what would you say is a surprising skill that has helped you in your accounting career so far?
Surprising skills. So
Yes.
maybe speaking, like public speaking, or just just trying to convince people of certain ideas or just trying to put certain ideas out there. So as an accountant, I think the stereotype is, you sit behind the desk and you work away on the computer and you count numbers. But yeah, a lot of it is probably also, hey, Benji.
Benji wants to be part of this.
Oh, that's cute. Welcome. He's debuting as well in this podcast,
He is. But I don't want to ruin your train of thought. Keep on going.
Yeah, no, so yes, so yeah, public speaking is definitely a skill that you wouldn't think would be helpful in an accounting career, but here you are.
No, it's you will when we met, and I've told you this many times before. You're very engaging, very articulate, and as I said, it's breaking that mold of what we think of different professions and whatnot. So more power to you. And I want to talk about AI because we talked about it at the start. How do you think AI is reshaping the accounting world right now?
Yeah, right now there's a lot of potentials, there's a lot of possibilities. So it's just sort of exploring all of that, exploring how we can now utilize these tools to help us in our everyday work. So where I am right now at RSM, we've got Cullen, for example, that we're experimenting with, that we're about to roll out. We've got something called a citizen developer bootcamp or something like that. So we basically get people and we get the robotics process to replicate what they do exactly.
Wow,
is my rough idea on it.
Stuff. It's pretty
cool. I
know.
It's really exciting with all these possibilities happening. So bright future ahead for accounting, I'd say.
Definitely, and hence the reason why we launched. Obviously, we've been doing legal home loans for 6 years, and we still love lawyers, barristers, and partners because no other bank or broker wants to look after them. So we realized that no one was looking after accountants as well. So we thought, why not help the accounting fraternity too? And I think it's very interesting, this whole concept of AI and where it's going. So I'd love to maybe bring you back for a future episode to see if some of your predictions and things come true, because I dare say it's moving very quickly and whatnot. But I'd like to maybe unpack and unwind a particularly tough day for you and how you deal with it.
Okay, so how I deal with winding down from a tough day. It'll probably just be switch off the computer and go home. I think at one point in the night, I think you gotta just make that call and be like, is this doable today? And if not, that's maybe tomorrow sun will have a better shot at that. So just going home, having a good sleep, that always helps.
Are you a early sleeper and early riser, son?
Just depending on the workflow, I can be a late sleeper and still have to be an early riser. But yeah, early sleeper is always good. Yes.
Good stuff. I love that. Any passion projects you can share with us that you're working on right now?
Ooh, passion projects. So in my role at the Haymarket Chamber of Commerce, it's not announced yet. I don't know, but hey, I'll just announce it now because it's
announce it now. Why not? Come on, you heard it here first, everyone. This is live, by the way. Come on.
Okay, so in my role at the Haymarket Chamber of Commerce, I'm the secretary over there. We're working on a joint event with the Singapore Global Network. So we'll be hosting a joint event in June on the importance of diversity in leadership, which is an interesting area that I'm starting to explore. I'll be moderating the panel, so that's a bit of a passion project on the side.
Good on you. I've seen you do a few of these moderations. You had a event that I'm kicking myself we couldn't go because we had our 6-year birthday for LHL. But tell me more about that. I know there's a little bonus question in here. What was the event at RSM you were hosting, and what was your capacity? I think you were like moderating it as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I was one of the speakers. So it was a joint event between RSM Australia and the Haymarket Chamber of Commerce. So it was the first ever joint collaboration, which is kind of exciting from my perspective, being someone from both camps and sort of trying to bridge that, our relationship, which is, great. We presented on, asset protection strategies. I had really expert speakers speaking with me. So I had Grace Bacon from the financial services team, Ansia from the business advisory team, and Marilai from the China practice group, who supported this initiative, along with Vincent Lim from the Haymarket Chamber. So a lot of support, a lot of hard work from a great team.
where do you see the accounting profession going in 10 years' time?
Wow.
Big questions
Okay.
here on Ledger Legends.
Yeah, first episode too, like just going right for it. 10 years time. Let's see who plays this back in 10 years and comes back to it, huh? But yeah, I think a lot of the tasks that are quite labor intensive and repetitive probably would be replaced, more streamlined, way easier, like maybe just a click of a button. So it's just up to the human side of things to apply more of the critical thinking aspect, more of the analysis, more of the judgment.
Yes.
So yeah, analyzing all that, seeing what the robots come up with, and then making a call that will affect other human lives. So
Cogent insights there. Let's rewatch this back after no doubt millions of downloads and hear what happens in that respect. But thanks so much for your candor and your thoughts there, San. We can be anonymous on this one. What is the most unusual client request you've ever received?
okay. I don't think I've ever received too many unusual client requests. Yeah, no, I'm not drawing anything right now. So yeah, maybe just to stay in touch, but that's not unusual, right? Like that's usual,
That's
I'd
all right.
imagine. So yeah, nothing too unusual. I'll report back in 10 years.
That's okay. That's okay. That's probably a good thing that you don't get many unusual requests. That's okay. Who has been the most influential mentor in Sanko's life right now, and why?
Wow, influential mentor. Right now, Anthony Smith from RSM Australia.
Shout out to
So
Anthony if you're watching.
yeah, really good person to bounce ideas off, run professional issues past, um, and just having that bandwidth and time to spend on people that he's sort of looking after within the RSM Australia umbrella. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
Anthony, if you're watching, this one's for you. What would you like to see change in accounting, and why?
What would I like to see change in accounting? If robots could automate timesheets somehow, that would be epic.
Please automate them. Come on, that needs to be changed ASAP.
Yeah, somehow, please.
Lessons for young professionals starting their career. Someone's tuning in, about to start either law or accounting, or any sort of profession in their young life. What would you like to have them know?
I would say, can I just throw out two pieces of two
Please.
pieces of responses to that question. So the first is being open to like anything and everything. So sort of just approaching things with an open mind, a learning mindset. And then the second thing is after you do that, you will feel a lot. And even if you don't do that, you will feel a lot anyway. Sorry to be depressing, but yeah, it's what you learn from that and how you pick yourself up and keep going because you will keep going and you'll become better for it, hopefully.
Mate, very well said there, San. And how would you like to be remembered in your life?
Hopefully just sort of having a positive impact on people's lives.
And you do that
yeah, you might have cut out a little bit. It might be Benji sort of playing DJ on your keyboard.
I think he is. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now it's good.
Yeah, he's definitely playing havoc on everything in here at the moment. This is the debut episode with our friend Benji. He's got a calculator, which he's absolutely loving. Oh, it's okay. We might be nap time soon. But I guess the last thing was, like, when all is said and done, what would you like to be? Oh, the lights have gone out. You got to move around there.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Go. You might be muted.
Here we go. We're unmuting ourselves now. If you could have any pet describe you, like how would your pet or your friend's pet describe you?
I'm not sure. Hopefully friendly. Yeah, let's go with that, shall we?
Friendly, reliable. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you could explain what you do and your role to a 6-year-old child, or Benji, who is very active and 16 months,
Yeah,
how
nice.
would you do that?
Okay, so Benji,
Yes.
you know how
Tell 'em, so
people
this is for you.
get born like you, and then how they go through a life cycle. Oh, he's crying hearing about it. But yeah, I just manage businesses at the end of the life cycle, if that makes sense.
Fantastic.
Anyway,
That's really good. Really good. And this is the last question for the stream. If you could give yourself advice at any age, what would the advice be? And what age would you go back and give yourself that advice?
maybe around 18. If you and the advice would probably just to sort of be yourself earlier. Try and be yourself earlier. I mean, it always takes time. You learn things along the way and you become yourself more along the way. But yeah, you might be muted, by the way. Still not hearing you.
A bit better.
Oh yeah, yes, I can hear you now.
We're back. You just unplugged the old speaker here, so that's
Oh
good.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Benji.
Hello, Benji.
I just want to say, son, thanks for being on our debut episode of Ledger Legends. Where can people find you? Where are you hanging out the most?
LinkedIn. So if you look me up, Sunco on LinkedIn, you should be able to find me.
All right, everyone get in touch. Oh, well, thank you so much for being part of the debut episode, son. We'll see you soon, and you have the best day.
No worries. You too. Thanks, Cullen. Thanks, Benji.
Thanks. Bye. And if you are a Ledger legend yourself or know someone who is, please get in contact, and we'll get you on the stream. We've got to get this little one to bed, I think, for a nap. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you for tuning in for our debut episode, and thank you for re-listening and re-watching. We come out Wednesday.